Skechers sold for how much? Welcome to Fire Footwear, everybody. As always, I'm Matt Freitz, your host. I hope that this finds you well. And today we're going to talk about some sneaker business news. I don't think we've ever talked about Skechers on this channel. It's a brand that has really been sort of outside of sneaker culture in terms of hype because it's not a brand that really traffics in that. Skechers is all about affordability and it's all about availability. And when you think about it, availability is the antithesis of hype in a lot of ways. One of the reasons why sneaker culture has sort of been down recently is because many people have perceived that it's easy to get shoes. And whenever we're talking about sneaker releases, whenever we're looking at the landscape of what is coming in a given year or a given week, we never talk about Skechers ever. So why is this news? Well, Skechers sold for $9 billion, which ironically is around the amount that it grossed in revenue in 2024. Where does that place it on the global market? It places it third behind Nike and Adidas, who are far and away higher. Nike somewhere over 50 million, Adidas somewhere close to 25 million. But Skechers is actually higher grossing than New Balance and other brands that we now see as part of the culture. New Balance has made its mark recently with Joe Freshgoods and others. High quality premium materials. They're expensive, yes, but they're worth every penny. And when you look at Skechers, been around since 1992. In the early 2000s, they definitely had a moment. But as time has gone on, they have been catering to a different demographic. It's about accessibility, not just in being able to get shoes, but accessibility in terms of use. That's why slip-ons are huge in their market. Now, And One had a period where slip-ons were really big on the court, but now, not really. And so Skechers has an opportunity here. They're bought for that much money. They have a brand. They have an identity. They have many different types of shoes, from boots to skate shoes to regular running shoes to these slip-ons. And so they cater to a mass market. They're for everybody, literally for everybody. Nikes, Jordans, Yeezys, things like that, they're not for everybody. They're for a small niche group of people. And yet Skechers now is competing with them, not in terms of dollars and cents, but in terms of market share. So now that they've been bought, are the people who bought them, the companies that have invested this kind of money in them, are they looking to take them to the next level? Is Skechers going to become the next brand like New Balance or Salomon or On Cloud that starts to creep up in the culture? Comfort and utility are becoming larger and larger presences in the sneaker community. That's why New Balances are huge. That's why Kayanos are huge. People want comfort with their fire shoes. And as sneaker culture ages in terms of the people involved, a company like Skechers may actually have an opportunity to wiggle its way in and become part of hype. Sure, it can remain mass marketed, but that doesn't mean that they can't add an exclusive part to it. That doesn't mean that they can't collab with the right celebrity, and it doesn't mean that they can't make a marketing campaign that'll get people hyped on the streets. You may laugh when I say that, but the name Skechers right now is anti-sneaker culture, but doesn't mean it has to be there forever. If you ask sneaker culture folks if they'd wear Asics 15 years ago, would they have? Probably not. But now anything is in play and anything to make money. And sneaker culture is smaller in terms of global presence, but we are mighty and we are fierce, and we will spend our money if we feel that the colorway and the shoe is worth our attention for many reasons other than just wearing something that we like. Skechers has that opportunity, and I'm curious to see what they do in the future. The question that I have for you, though, is when it comes to Skechers, does this move the needle for you? Should we care at all that Skechers was purchased for $9 billion? Do you think that the future for them is being part of sneaker culture? Can they get the right celebrity? Can they get the right colorway? And can they market it correctly to really open the eyes of people in the culture? I think it's possible, but I want to know from you. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Would you ever buy a pair of Skechers if they were hype or seen as hype? Or is Skechers just one of those brands for you that you're like, no, it's not for me, not until I'm in my 70s? I'd love to know. Hope this finds everybody well. I hope this finds everybody safe. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.